7:45, we have some political news. A bipartisan effort is once again coming together to create fair political districts as the process starts every 10 years following the census. Joining us this morning, advocating for fair and transparent redistricting with Fair Maps Maryland, former Republican Howard County Executive Allan Kittleman and former Democratic State Senator Jim Brochin. And gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
Great to be here.
Sure, and actually, Senator Brochin, I would like to start with you first here. Maryland's known to have some of the most creative, shall we say, craziest drawn maps in the country. How do you change that? How do we go back to representing every constituent?
Well, we start one at a time, and the first thing we do is we take a look at the Governor's Redistricting Commission, and we support it because it's not full of politicians. It's full of people who literally are nonpartisan, come from all walks of life and all political parties, and they are looking at what's fair and what's compact and contiguous, what it's supposed to be, rather than going and picking out their voters, which is what politicians do.
But, I mean, it seems like that's the way it's always been done here. So, Executive Kittleman, when we start talking about this, aren't you then, if you go to a third party, you're pulling all the power for drawing those maps every 10 years from these political parties?
That's exactly what we want to do. We want to take them away from the powerful political parties because, I mean, Jim and I served in the state Senate together for 10 years. And we saw it happen there. We saw that people did it so they could keep power. As we've said a lot is that, you know, politicians shouldn't be able to pick their voters. The voters should pick the politicians. And that's what this is all about. And gerrymandering is terrible. The governor's put together an independent commission of citizens. And now Fair Maps Maryland's been designed to help provide a grassroots effort to support the decision of the citizens.
And Senator Brochin, though, when we start talking about drawing these maps up and we're talking about going back and forth, if you look at this, nonpartisan is huge here in this process, as the two of you are showing representing here, because we normally, every 10 years, have lawsuits that come out, especially for states that are heavy in one party over the other.
Yeah, and I mean, without this organization, what would happen unfettered is the leadership is going to hire map experts, and the map experts, and they're going to say to the map experts, make it as democratic as possible, period, end of story. We don't care what it looks like. And the map that I think you're showing there, I mean, if you take a look at Maryland's 3rd congressional district, I mean, it literally goes from Annapolis to Montgomery County. Yeah. If you take a look at the legislative district, I live in the Hunt Valley area. Our congressman in the Hunt Valley area is Kwesi Mfume, who represents the center of Baltimore City. I mean, we need to. It helps with primaries. You get more moderate politicians with primaries. It helps with representation. Okay. It shouldn't be a Democrat or Republican thing.
And Executive, where can we get information? Where can we go to find that information?
Go to fairmapsmd.org, and you can sign a petition. You can get involved in the process. Again, we're just here trying to make sure that the citizens draw the districts and not the politicians. And I can tell you, this isn't just a Democrat thing. In Maryland, it might be more Democrat because we're a Democratic state, but around the country, Republicans do it as well. And I'm a Republican saying that. And so we need to make sure we understand that this has to be done to help people, because both parties do it wrong at different times.
Executive Kittleman and Senator Brochin, thank you so much for these efforts, and we'll be sure to follow up with you as this comes out and a little bit closer. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sure.